Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today will be the second lesson on how to play, and we have this PDF also again down in the description below. There are some pages about you can say my ideas, my feelings, or what helps me to really come into the zone of making music, to be really in the musical in the music field space, and also to maintain that, to stay there, and that's really about like making music, creating music in a concert, or just being in this process of improvising and creation, and really be in that zone. And please, if you didn't watch the first lesson of this topic, do that, yeah, because otherwise I think it will be maybe a bit confusing, or you do not really understand where this whole what this whole thing is about. And yeah, so I'm assuming that you have watched the first lesson on how to play, and now we just go on. We take our PDF and we go to the following lines there, and we will talk about that, and also I will explain things, and I will give you some additional information so that you really understand that, and that you get a real good idea what's my approach, what I am thinking, and I hope that will really also help you in your progression, in your process of getting a good or great musician. Okay, so let's go on. Aspire to the bearing capacity and width of the tones. Send the tones out into infinity. Every note should touch. Okay, that's the next thing. But this first line there, and send the notes out to infinity. I think Mick Goodrick told me that when I listened with him. He told me this about Jim Hall, or maybe somebody else told me that. I'm not sure anymore. That's also often the problem with some stuff here on Guitar Academia. I got that from something, and from a book, from some teacher, or some student told me, and whatever, and then I wrote it, everything. I write everything down, what I think is really interesting, and to keep in some way, and to really internalize, and then I forgot where I got that from. Often I know that, but in this case I'm not really sure. Anyway, it is a what Jim Hall actually said is that what he's trying to achieve when he has a concert, and there's all these people in the hall are listening, that always his aim is to reach the last person in the last row, yeah, the last person in the hall to play for him or her. And this idea that really you send the notes out, you send the notes out into the room, and you really feel, you really have this is really like amazing, actually, something that sometimes you feel the notes are just like laser beams or something like that. They will just go into the room, and they will fill the whole room, or they will really reach everybody, or like really go a long way, these notes. And sometimes you have the feeling you play them, and they will just fall off, just at the still on the stage, it just goes out a little bit and falls off, and you can't do anything, and you fight in a way, and it's not happening. It has to do with a lot of things, actually. One thing is, of course, the acoustics, the sound. How is the sound? The equipment, the room, yeah. another thing, I think it's also very relevant. It's very interesting. Also, I think it makes a huge difference how people are listening. If people really connect with what you do, what you play, and they're really there, it's really silent, and they're listening, you feel that. You in a way, the notes really get to them because they are listening. They take it, and in a way they bring it back. Maybe there are some reactions, or you see the faces of the people, and it's like, yeah, this can be like a real deep, inspiring thing if this kind of a connection is there. And there you really have this feeling that the notes are just going there. It's also an experience I really had when I had a like a steady gig with a bass player. Maciej Domaracki is a Polish bass player now living in Rotterdam, or maybe in Amsterdam already. I'm not completely sure. It was like a real friend, and we also recorded a CD together, and we had this. While studying in Rotterdam, we had this steady gig in a restaurant, like different restaurants actually. But there was a time when we played maybe even 3 times a week at a certain restaurant, and so it was really interesting to experience like very different feelings. Sometimes it was so nice, sometimes it was really hard to play, and it was always, we had always the same equipment, and everything was the same. We played the same tunes, and but some things could really be very, very, very different. And of course there are other aspects to that, for sure, and I know other aspects which also are really relevant here. But I really had the feeling that it made a huge difference if somebody was listening. Because we played in the restaurant, they came for the food and not for the music. So they were not supposed to be really concentrated and listening to the music. So it was like it was luck, in a way. If people were really like coming after this thing when we had a break, they came. Oh, it was so beautiful. And it was, oh wow, they were listening. But sometimes I was really playing, and then sometimes I really felt, wow, there's somebody listening. There's somebody listening. It really works. I mean, it really, what I have to say, somebody listens to that. And this was really a feeling. What came and goes. What comes and goes, or what came and went. So I really have the feeling that you really can when you play, you really can sense this kind of an atmosphere, this kind of a zone, space, if somebody is really listening. It's like really the connection is made then. You need 2 people to have a conversation, or you play because not only for yourself, of course, there's also for yourself, but also, I mean, for the people, You want to express something, you want to say something, you want to make this world a better place. And if nobody is listening, like, there is no channel. So there are two people who make this channel happening. And now this so you might think, okay, that's something you either have people who listens or not. So, but you can also in a way strive for that. We talked in the first lesson, we talked about this you always express something and play as if you would sing or speak and have a statement, and that you can do in the sense that you not play for yourself, you just I play this nice chord I practice, and nice, and you are here. That's often what tends to guitarists very often, especially in jazz, tends to really have their own little room in the band, which is really like a bit locked from the others, and they're just on the fretboard, you know. But you can also just break the whole thing, and try to really play for them, you know, for the last person in the last row of the room or hall, or like really that you send these notes to the people, you know. It's also what comes to my mind is also like Dimitris Christidis is a great drummer, a Greek drummer living here also in Berlin, and we had also a trio, and we also made a CD with Trio Morgenland. Open Land is the name. Nice band, and he. There was one concert actually when we played, and I felt that he was really playing like very, very different in a way, and I did not really understand that in a way. But then we also talked about that, and in the break, and then he told me that he and then it appeared to me, of course, that he tried to put his drums just a little lower, to be more with the other people, in the band, to listen more, and don't, in a way, like focus the attention a bit away from his drums, you know, from like some, you know, some drummers, they have all this equipment around them, and they're in their own world of cymbals and everything, like 3 bass drums and whatever, and but the act of making music is about doing things together, listening what the other is playing, and then reacting and having this conversation. And this is a bit like what I mean here. It's like go a little bit away from circling around in your own little musical chamber. Open for the people to really send the notes out, yeah. So in a way, I can demonstrate that in a way too. I don't know. I try now here. And so on. I think I felt quite right with that. I think it would be interesting what you think actually when you hear that just on the video, and for myself it really makes, of course, a difference. Yeah? When I'm concentrating on certain aspects and what we are talking about, I concentrate on this aspect, and this helps me to really get into the music and to really make the whole thing work and create that space, and also that other people can enjoy that, and that this conversation is taking place between the music and myself, and also between my music and the people, or the music and the people, the music which I'm creating, or which comes through me. I mean, that's a different story, but anyway. So to just concentrate on different aspects, to be more connected with certain aspects, really makes the playing more enjoyable, more strong, more deep, more channeled, more just better. I mean. Okay, so let's go on. Listen, follow the sound, listen to resonating strings, listen also to the tone colors, absolute pitch. We will talk about absolute pitch. There's also, I will put out some lessons that every note has a certain color. That actually these things have to do with just really listening, and the listening will inspire the next thing you will do. And for me it's very inspiring to hear resonance strings and of course this reverb kind of a thing. So when I play, I like to listen to that. I like to really. I try now a little bit to play those notes which create resonance strings or other strings to vibrate, just to demonstrate that. And for me it's really enjoyable when I play and this thing rings on a bit. It's really like this concept also of resonant strings, which other cultures, like in Indian music, you have this a lot. Sarod, sitar, you have always, or sarangi, you have all these resonant strings, and this creates this mystical great sound. For me, a little bit like the reverb is something like resonance strings. I feel that's the same kind of idea, to play something and then it creates, it goes on in a way. It's not like boom, 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 and then it's gone. It's like vacuum. It's like, it's a little bit like sometimes I don't really seriously. I don't understand how certain guitarists can play without reverb. It's like this amp is just the note is coming. This electric tone comes out of the amp, and if there's no room, like reverberation, like reverb in the room, it's just gone immediately. This note, and to me it feels like very. I don't know. It's like I can't breathe in a way. But it's my thing. I mean, I'm not judging that. I mean, there's like completely different opposite opinions. Yeah, it's really like some people say reverb. It makes everything sounds nice in a way, but everything sounds same, or you can't play anymore with like articulation, long and short notes and whatever. I mean, for me, if you, I like very much the sound like of this ECM record label. I'm really a big fan of maybe most of these recordings there, the CDs, and yeah, that's a very characteristic thing to have this reverb, also this room, and sometimes it's quite artificial, and sometimes it's artificial, but I still like it a lot actually. Okay, let's go on. Listen to the silence. It's a mystical experience when the sound merges into silence, and how the sound evolves out of the silence. In silence there is all the music. Make silence meaningful. Partly this comes actually from an interview I read from Jan Garbarek, that like in silence there's all the music. This is kind of a quote, or at least it's really related to what he said. This comes actually down to what we already talked in the first lesson about this making. What did we? How did I write it here? Always create a space in which music can evolve. I mean, this is really related to that idea. And I mean, there's really some mystical experience. Some when we really go deep and concentrate on silence, that it can be like a very something very strong. Of course, it's rare that you have a complete silence, but this kind of you played something and then you rest, you take a break in a way. It's not a break, it's not resting, it's just you just stop playing, but that doesn't mean that the music is going on. You know, there's happening something, and this what happens there, where maybe it's just a little bit of reverb still going, or maybe it's real silence, which can be very, very strong. This actually leads to the next. It opens it opens a space to go on. Yeah, it's a little bit like this, like painting. You know, you have a blank canvas and you put something on this canvas, but music is happening in time. So it's always about you put something on the canvas and then it goes away, and then you put the next thing on the canvas and it goes away, and there this is kind of story, this kind of movie or speech is created, and it's always about this connection. And also when you play, you can really concentrate on this blank canvas, what is always there. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you play, this canvas is there, and when you stop in a way, or then or do like a kind of a getting softer, the volume getting softer, you more and more you see the canvas again. So the silence is always there. And yeah, it's true. Everything comes from silence, comes from nothing, and it will go back to nothing. So there's also like a spiritual or a metaphysical or kind of, I don't know, something associated with that. So what I mean, let's meditate a little bit on that idea of silence. So I play something, then I rest, then now it's really about silence. Listen to that. Okay, I hope you can enjoy that, and I hope you get this idea of really there is one it's about like one story in a way, and the silence is just part of it, and it's not nothing, you know. It's like it's in a way it's energy, which it's also like you it's like you breathe to say something, yeah, or like you collect in a way you collect this energy, and then you put it out, and then it's out, and then you go back, and it comes again, you know. It's hard to describe. But I tried my best. Okay, so we will go on. Make silence meaningful. Yeah, that's it. If you play really, but we talked about that in the first lesson also. So let's go on. Playing is listening. Everything in music is hearing. That's for sure. Cut yourself off from the outside world. Oneness with the sound. It's like feeling the God. This is like a statement which I had from Nikhil Banerjee, a sitar player, Indian raga musician, And also Ravi Shankar wrote about that in his book. This is something hard to describe, of course, but that's something you it's like it's like a feeling, you know. It's hard to really describe this feeling when being in this space, in the zone, in the music, so to speak. It's something very, very, it can be very, very strong and very sometimes even more real than reality, and even more like there's more beauty than in the real life, you know. Sometimes, and it's it's a very emotional world, you know. It's or space. It's really like it's so deep, and like in a way, it's a space where we can really live, or where we can really be, just be, you know, just being, not do this, do that. No, we are there, and we feel, and it's so beautiful, you know. And that is what is meant there when I write it there. That's how I feel that. And so this cutting off from the outside world is really also, we talked about like connecting with the people and playing for somebody in the last row, but this also happens in a completely different way, by just concentrating on this music. This for me, music, the musical space, the music room is like a huge, like a bit like a cathedral, where you do not really see the end, the walls. It's so big, and it's also very dark, and this kind of image, and you send the notes into that, and it comes back. Something happens there. It's this conversation with a space, with this, yeah, which is something you cannot see, but you feel that. And this concentration on that aspect is, for me, it's at the same time something what will bring the music also to the person in the last row, you know, of the hall in a concert. It's yeah, you can just cut yourself off, and that really leads to that you actually play something what reaches everybody. I mean, that's hopefully. But it's really not about you. In a way, you don't think about the people. You don't think about what they think when you have a concert. You don't care, actually. You just don't care about that. You just think. You just concentrate on the music and cut yourself off of all that. You just go into the sound, and you just feel these notes and the emotion and the space created, you know. All right, so let's go on. Let's go on. Trust, have faith, don't doubt, let go. That's very important. Ooh, that is very important. This thing is so important. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Be unaffected by the audience. Competition and pressure to perform wastes a lot of energy, and the music suffers. Be completely fearless. You know, that's the goal. You know, and that's something you really can strive for, and you can concentrate on, and you can really go for that, that feeling of don't fear anything. I mean, really put yourself in a state where you just don't care at all. And that's not easy, you know, that's really not easy. So, because we really, I mean, when we do music at a more deeper level, or we really want to express something, or we are, yeah, we are really connected with what we do, you know, and we often feel, we really often feel that if somebody judges our music, that he actually or she judges us. If somebody says to me, yeah, I don't know, you make really strange stuff, it's really, I heard some Indian music, and so it's really interesting. I felt like, oh, shit. You know, but if somebody says, oh, I was so moved, it was so deep, I really, I really will take this experience further after the concert in myself. It was an experience. I'm so thankful for that. Then I feel like, oh wow, this is great. What can I achieve more when I make music? You know. The problem is when you make yourself dependent on that. Because in a way you just try your best. You try to follow your path, what's important for you, and to go really into that space. And what other people do and say and feel and whatever, in a way it's their thing. You are lucky when people can really connect to that, you know. But still, if somebody is really moved, it's maybe because something else, you know, because the sound was great, and maybe you played like an average concert, you know. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, it's like, in a way, if you are judged by people, it's about them, you know. They see something and they have a certain kind of an experience, and they relate to their own experiences, and they say something, you know. In a way, it's kind of meaningless. In a sense, it's also not helpful, because it will not change you, you know. It's just like, it's an opinion. Somebody sings it was great, somebody sings it was really bad, somebody sings, oh, it was interesting, it was okay. And so how was it then? You know, it makes no difference, and that's a thing. I mean, it's really like, it's difficult. It's really difficult. It's easy to say that, huh? It's easy to make these statements, but at the same time, it's also easy to understand that, I think. And of course, it's good to listen what people say. It's interesting also. Sometimes they also really recognize like other aspects which you were not really aware of. It can be really interesting, and so it can also make you think and oh, maybe, yeah, okay, this I can maybe more focus on that, or I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say actually, because I I also feel like there I had a lot of press, you know, for like CDs, for concerts and everything. Like people wrote about that, and you know, some is good, some is great, some is bad, you know. And in a way, I don't think that it really meant very much to me, or changed very much what I'm doing. With some I can really connect, and with others I can't connect. And I'm doing my thing anyway, you know. And if it, I think it's really great to hear. That's also what I'm thinking as a teacher, actually. That's really also what I'm thinking as a teacher. It's like encouragement. That's That's for me. That's really about that. It's yeah. Even if something like went wrong, just see it in a positive way, and try to see the positive things, and encourage encourage people to believe in themselves, and then if they do that, they will really have good or great beautiful results, you know. And that's the thing here also. You have to trust that this what you are doing is just good, it's just great. You know, it's just what you do is great. You are great. You are perfect. You are amazing. You know, you are actually. I mean, it's like you are every human, every life, living thing is a wonder, you can say. And when you are so long, when you're busy with music and you study that, and you have something to express, and you wanna go for that, do it, and try not to hold back. And that's really, be fearless, you know. Just do it. Go for it, you know. And I mean, you can also say just don't care, and be happy when you fail, you know, because there you learn. But of course, like for many people, this is like the end then, or some like it's such a thing, you know. I mean, I'm really lucky, for example, that I never experienced like a blackout, you know, like playing and then really like I'm totally lost and lost my whatever, you know, because I know that happens to people. And I think this would be really like a difficult thing to really think, oh, this can happen now, this can happen again, this can happen again. It happened, so it can happen again. And this kind of fear, you know, fear of you can have fear of everything, like rejection, whatever. And then of course you have to ask yourself, why I have that fear? Or you also ask yourself, what is the worst? What can happen actually? And mostly it's not very much, you know. I mean, you play and maybe the people there all hate it. I mean, that's the worst. But they will not talk about that very long. And then you play for somebody else, and then it will be a new start in a way. Okay, so really try to also, this goes actually also for everything, for practicing, to really trust in the exercises and what you're doing, to trust in that, you know, to not doubt so much. You will find out anyway. You will find out. You just go. You just do your thing. You know. You just do your thing. You do it 100%. And see where it leads you, where it will lead you. But if you don't do it, if you're always doubting and you have fear, and then you will not. It will not happen anything. You know, you will just. Yeah, hopefully you get some encouragement. You know, that some people say, "Wow, that's very beautiful," and then you start to blossom. You wake up. You need this, you know. I think like you can't separate from that. You can't separate from the others. When everybody says you are so bad and you nobody thinks what you're doing has any value, then it's really hard to survive in a way, you know. And that happens with a lot of people, you know, who also became famous later for something what just their generation didn't get, you know. And but even I think these people, they had some encouragement, you know. They had some people around, and maybe just one who said, wow, what you're doing, I think it's really great. I really enjoy that. It's really good what you're doing, you know. So try to get rid of that, you know. Try to not think about that. Just be there and do your thing. Okay, do your thing. All right, let's go on. Your imagination works best when you feel safe. Okay, that's the same thing, you know. When you are free of fears and everything, you really can imagine and can create, you know. And you always like you imagine to like a child, you know, who paints something. You want to paint a house, you know, and then there are then this child. She, yeah, she is with her mother, and her mother is very strict, and she says like, yeah, you have to paint it in the right way, and it should be really good. And you see this child, and she's trying to come up with these expectations, and you think what she will do is like really creative, is really good, maybe in some way right, but it's like it's in a way locked. Like creativity is just locked, you know, in a way. It's just yeah, it's not happening. It can't bloom. It can't flourish. And then she is with her father, and her father is really very open minded, and he really loves her, and is just happy about her like painting, and is really fascinating by her creativity, you know. And then in this context, she can just paint and next picture, and maybe she draws a house there, and it's very unique and creative, you know, and so it's you have to, in a way, you have to feel safe, you know. You have to feel safe to be at your best, and this is something you somehow have to manage. You somehow have to get this feeling, you know, of being safe. Somehow you have to create that, and be it just like having a meditation where you're just thinking, I'm amazing, like that, you know, like this kind of thing. There are techniques of that. What I do in before I have a concert, if that's possible, and I have just my room, and especially also if a solo concert, and I have to do everything myself in a way, like there's a lot of expectation maybe, and also responsibility, because I'm the only one who will create that music. So anyway, I try to really let go all thoughts. Yeah, so I let go thoughts of being good, being great, or being bad, or like what people will say. I just want to get rid of the whole thing, and by doing that, and then coming to the stage, and also like what Keith Jarrett, for example, said. He said he approaches the stage by thinking about that he's he will play that piano, and at that moment nobody ever heard any music. It's something completely new. It comes out of nothing. So what's there is really all like new and beautiful, you know. And then you enjoy. You go into that and you enjoy the sounds, and then you feel safe. You feel good, you know. So you somehow you have to find ways to trust, to feel safe. Also, what's written there: don't hold back anything. That's really that thing, you know. If you are fear and you don't feel safe and you don't trust in a way, then your creativity is blocked, you know. And this idea of don't hold back anything, just do it, you know. Just do your thing. Just play. Just shout out like what you feel, and be yourself, you know. I mean, yeah. So I'm not really sure whether that helps you, you know. I mean, it's easy to say that, um, but it's something you in a way you have to deal with. You have to work on that. You have to find ways how you reach this state. And for me, when I've just written that down, and when I read it, it really it really helps me getting there, you know. Because yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure. I hope it works for you too. Okay, let's go on. The music is greater than my ego. Relax your small narrow eye, and enter into the infinity of sound. Become part of the endless space. Only the self. Play for God. It is a prayer. Be humble. My what I strive for, what's my not my, but I also take this idea, what a lot of people have, of course, um, to take that, what you're doing when you go into the music, when you create music, to take that very serious, as a very serious thing. Yeah, this last thing, it's like a sacred moment when you play. You do something very great. It's music is something very, yeah. It's something really. It's a really great thing, and it has also all this mystical and metaphysical and like different space you're stepping in. It's something like it's very different. You know, it's very powerful, and yeah, it's really hard to explain that. And the only way to enter there, to enter that space, to enter that room, is to be really humble. The thing is, you can't create music. You are never in full control of the whole thing. You can't say, I'm great, I will just do that, you know. But are you really able to do that every time? Is every time a great concert? When you ask like really great musicians and you ask them about that, they will tell you completely different things as you would maybe have heard or expected what they will say. Sometimes they will be really not satisfied with what they did. You know, it might sound for the audience, it might sound great, but actually that's not my goal. My goal, I'm not satisfied if the audience is satisfied. I'm satisfied when I'm satisfied. And when the audience is also satisfied, that's even greater. And it's always making music, stepping into the space. It's always this conversation. It's always this conversation with emotions. With you play something and then something happens. You know, music tells you something. You have to listen. You have to, maybe you play a note by accident. Then you have to react to that. You always are in a process of creation. You always do and react and do and react and invent and see whether that works. And it's a constant process. And this is something you creativity is not something you you can just switch it on, yeah. Or like inspiration, for sure, it's not there always. You know, it's only there if you're really humble and you enjoy what you're doing, and you just enjoy that you play the right note there. You know, and this will lead you hopefully to the next right note. And by right I mean like musical choice. You know, this is what Indian musicians like in very frequently think of when they play a concert. They try really before think, or just in general also during the concert, think of their teacher. Pray to their teacher, to their guru, and that they will actually take care about this. Yeah, to connect with that, to in a way it brings you in a different mode. You let go this idea of you have to be in control all the time. Yeah, when you want to have inspiration, creativity, that is something what is like, it's not like something, as I said, it's not like a button you push and then that happens. It's really like you have to, I think you really have to be very, very humble for that. You have to acknowledge this, that you're dealing with something amazingly great, and you're just at the beginning of that. You're just touching that a little bit, you know, and you're. It's actually hard, a bit hard to describe what I mean, but it's a little bit like taking yourself, your ego out of the whole thing, so that your feeling, your inner self, which is not this I am great thing, but which is like, what do you feel? What is your feeling that this actually can come out, and this can actually. Just be free. It's like this kind of a soul and intellect thing, you know, or soul and body idea. That the soul actually wants to be free and yeah, and that's that aspect. So let it be more free and just see and wait for what will happen. Yeah, what will come? What music will give you? What will it give you inspiration? Will it give you joy? Will it give you? Will it lead you? Or will it just say, "All right, you are in control of the whole thing. You can do that. You can just switch on your body and your creativity and your inspiration. Okay, do it. Let's see what happens." You know, and then you will see and you will feel, oh, actually I need you. Okay, but that's very maybe it's very abstract for you. I don't know. It really has to do with my experience and also what I heard from other people and what really resonated in me. So yeah. Let me know what you think about that. I'm really curious actually about that last note, because it's also quite a personal thing. What I'm talking here, I feel like it's quite personal in a way. And leave your comments, or maybe questions, maybe confusion arised, or you think something completely different, or you think this is esoteric nonsense or whatever. I'm really excited to hear what kind of what kind of ideas there are outside this room. All right, I will break now. I think we already talked a lot again, and we are still on the first page on this how to play PDF, which, by the way, I remind you to just download that also. Yeah, so that's it. We will go on with a third lesson next week on how to play, and yeah, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell button to get notifications also if a new video will be released, which is the case every week. And also there's a link in the description below. There you can support my channel, my work here, by giving a donation. Just go on the link below on the website huphildenbrand.com, the Guitar Academia page. There you have this button where you can also donate. So this would be really cool to get more involved in the whole process here. And makes this a great experience for everybody. Okay, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching and see you next week. My name is Hupil.